Ethereum, well, that's pretty expensive. Oh, XRP, I've heard about that. I saw some videos on YouTube. It's $3. BNB, well, I don't really know what that one is. Solana, $175. Oh, but Doge, Elon likes Doge. It's 22 cents. And Cardano, I've seen tons of videos. It's 78 cents. You can see what happened because we've all done it too. So that's my general thesis, that the anchoring bias of price is a real thing.
리얼비전의 대표 라울팔이 비트코인과 알트코인 시장을 날카롭게 진단합니다. 지금의 크립토 시장은 어디로 향하고 있을까요? 그의 통찰을 통해 현 시장의 단면을 함께 확인해 보시죠.
What do you think about people who are kind of not stuck, but like have been in these alt L1s or altcoins that have not bypassed this rally, but like haven't really participated in the same way? Do you think the time is going to come? Do you think it's just a timing thing that we go down the risk spectrum and Bitcoin dominance breaks down from here?
Yeah, I do. I've said this for a long time. I mean, as you know, my main bet has been Sui for a while, and before that was Solana. Those rotations have done well. Sui still generally outperforming Solana over a longer term basis. I think the next phase of Bitcoin dominance, we're seeing the ETH rotation trade. That's good. The catch up is happening. Okay, once it gets into kind of mid value versus Bitcoin again, then I think we'll see the rest of the space utterly ignite. And as we know, once you throw in a lot of liquidity into lower free float things, they go up more. And that's how it always plays out. And that's where we are in the cycle. Now, one of the things on the macro side that we look at is the influence of the business cycle on that particular trade. And it's the same trade you and I have grown up with in markets, is earnings have to go up for people to go further out the risk curve. So when the ISM picks up properly, the business cycle picks up, corporates and people earn more. And what we find is, in the bond market, it goes out to junk, then out to emerging market junk, and then out to private credit. We see small caps outperforming big caps in equity markets. We see all of this, and it's the same with the altcoins. The issue is everybody thinks their altcoin should go up. That's the issue. Is it's like everyone's like, well, mine hasn't gone up, so therefore this is all wrong. It's like you need to have the right altcoins, and I think people mid-curve it. They get so involved in the value benefits of their particular token when really there's one simple thing: is go onto CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap and look at crypto. And we've talked about this. It's like, I'm sorry, but people are going to buy XRP and Doge and Cardano, whether you like it or not, because they're cheap. In the absolute term of how much you pay for a token. So people will do that. The alt layer ones that are getting absolute network adoption, Solana, Sui, few others, great. And then somewhere in the middle, we'll see what happens. But I think the middle part is the harder play. Hey, I've got this DeFi token that could be amazing. That's pretty hard. There's some idiot-proof ones, which is big layer ones that get adoption, go up a lot, and they're less risky. And the moron trade, which is always a good one, which is just buy the cheapest thing on the top 10.
The moron trade. I like that.
Well, look at this. In fact, I'm going to show you the moron trade now. And I'm not saying that these are moronic and people are moronic for owning them. I'm talking about when retail come in, what do they look at? Okay, so you're new to crypto. Welcome to crypto. Oh my God, Bitcoin, I can't buy that. It's $116,000. I can barely afford lunch. Ethereum, well, that's pretty expensive. Oh, but XRP, I've heard about that. I saw some videos on YouTube. It's $3. BNB, well, I don't really know what that one is. Solana, $175. Oh, but Doge, Elon likes Doge. It's 22 cents. And Cardano, I've seen tons of videos. It's 78 cents. You can see what happens because we've all done it too. So that's my general thesis, that the anchoring bias of price is a real thing. And look at the top 10 because you think you've de-risked it.
Yeah, I think I saw there was like a quote, I think, on Tom Lee's desk. Did you see this over the week? Over this week? But I think he went on like Bankless, and in the background it was like, never underestimate the power of uninformed people. And it was something like it just points to the idea that like, yeah, when if retail really comes in here, you know, all bets are off. You can just like things are just starting to go crazy, and it feels like that broadly in macro again suddenly, right? Like you've seen meme stocks have like a bit of a comeback. Obviously stocks are all close to all-time high, but it's starting to feel like 2021 a bit again.
Yeah. So when you speak to friends now, some people got bored in crypto over that period of sideways consolidation. They're all punting options on tech stocks, right? So the speculative fervor and the confidence that I can make money in this because everything's trending because of the debasement and everything else, and we've got some mega narratives like AI, makes it pretty easy game to make money in. And you're starting to see it sucking more and more people in.
라울팔은 경기 사이클과 맞물려 ISM 지표가 반등하고 기업 이익이 증가하는 국면에서는 투자자들이 자연스럽게 더 높은 위험 자산으로 이동한다고 설명합니다. 주식시장에서 자금이 대형주에서 소형주, 그리고 정크본드나 신흥국 채권으로 흘러가는 것과 같은 원리입니다. 암호화폐 시장에서는 이러한 흐름이 비트코인에서 이더리움, 그리고 알트코인 전반으로 이어지게 됩니다. 다만 모든 알트코인이 수혜를 얻는 것은 아닌데요. 실제 네트워크 채택과 생태계 확장이 진행되고 있는 대형 레이어 1, 예를 들어 솔라나나 수이와 같은 프로젝트는 구조적 성장이 가능하지만 단순히 저렴해 보인다는 이유로 리테일 자금이 몰리는 XRP나 도지코인 등은 가격 착시에 따른 단기적 흐름에 불과할 수 있습니다. 많은 투자자들이 내가 가진 알트코인은 반드시 올라야 한다고 생각하지만 시장은 그렇게 단순하게 움직이지 않습니다. 결국 그에 따르면 이번 사이클의 핵심은 타이밍이 아니라 자산의 질입니다. 실제 채택이 이루어지는 네트워크와 단기적 착시에 불과한 토큰을 구분할 수 있는 안목이 알트코인 투자 성패를 가르는 결정적 요인이라고 그는 강조합니다. 그리고 혹시 거래 수수료 절반을 다시 환급받는 방법 아직 모르시나요? 단 5분만 투자하면 평생 수수료 돌려받는 셀퍼럴, 선택이 아닌 필수입니다. 자세한 내용은 영상 더보기란을 확인해보세요.
Do you see any risks on the horizon for macro? No.
No, honestly, I honestly don't.
I've been trying to go through it myself. I feel the only one would be, in my eyes, if it was seen as like a Trump overstretch against the Fed, that may wobble us, but like other than that, it's probably for a few days, and then you probably just bounce straight back, right? It doesn't really. That probably just means more cowbell.
What's very interesting is, I've had this everything code thesis for quite a while now, but generally speaking, the crypto space has understood debasement of currency versus inflation, which is what TradFi thought of. And we've been on this trade saying they need to refinance the debt. That's the whole everything code thesis. And here is Scott Bessent coming out saying publicly, we need stablecoins to refi the debt. Trump saying, we need the Fed to cut rates because we need to refi the debt. The whole game is now open. They're telling you what the game is. And there's still a lot of TradFi people who don't want to understand it because debasement's not a thing that was taught at university.
So basically, how long do you think this cycle is going to go on for?
So the work that Julian and I do on this in GMI and RV Pro suggests that the likelihood is it's into Q2 2026. What we would look for from here is a further weakening of the dollar to give us more clarity of that because it leads as part of financial conditions for a long basis. But probabilistically speaking, it looks like it's going to go on a lot further than people expect, just because the cycle's been extended because they kept rates so high so long. I mean, the reality is, outside of all of the noise, Trueflation is showing inflation at 1.75% and has done for the last several months, and rates are at 4.5%, wherever they are. It's stupid. I mean, rates need to come down 200 basis points, at least.
I find it really difficult to judge cycles anymore. And I'm not as big a believer in like the 4-year cycle. I think we're drifting away from that to more one which mimics the broader macro cycles rather than just like the halving cycles.
Right.
But yeah, at this stage, financial conditions are still pretty tight, like interest rates are still pretty high across the world. Like feels like we could really kick things into a different level if we start to cut rates and QT moves
if you
more
take
into
it back
QE.
to the idiot proof levels is okay, think of all the people who want to buy things and think of their grocery bills that have been super high and they don't come down. And then think of their mortgage payments, their car payments, and other interest payments. Well, if that comes down, people have more disposable income. Meanwhile, the companies that they work for do better because that's what the ISM going up means, which means people get paid more. That whole positive feedback loop is still to come.
Yeah, I think it's if you're looking at it from a macro standpoint, I feel like you can get very, very bullish on global liquidity going higher. There's no other route here. Like you said, the debt needs to be refinanced. We're at 4 to 5% interest rates across many different developed economies. It feels like we can run for a while. Finally, we have here if liquidity is the main driver, isn't the dollar at risk of bottoming? Do you have a strong view on the dollar here? It's been obviously it broke down for a while, bounced back up, trying to find out where it's going to go. Do you have a strong view on the dollar here?
Our general view using our macro work is the dollar probably still goes lower, that we've got another leg to go. And that's the leg that would confirm a pushing into, let's say, Q2 versus Q1 of 2026. Also, listen to what Scott Bessent, Trump, and everybody says. They basically want a weaker dollar. And so everybody in the world wants a weaker dollar because it helps the business cycle. It helps everybody. People need access to dollars. So I still think we've got another leg lower before dollar strength starts kicking in. Normally, when the economy is strong, the dollar is weaker. It's when things turn again that you tend to get the dollar strengthening. So no, I'm still biased towards weakness.
Yeah, and obviously dollar weakness would be another tailwind for all of crypto continuing to push higher. So I never really have a strong view on the dollar. I just have a stronger view on crypto, but I do feel like it feels like if Trump wants lower interest rates, we're going to get them. And even if you feel like the US is maybe stronger from an economic standpoint versus some of these other places, that is a pretty tough thing to get in the way of if they're going to start lowering interest rates pretty aggressively over the next 18 months.
라울팔은 현재 매크로 환경에서 뚜렷한 위험 요인은 거의 없다고 진단합니다. 굳이 하나를 꼽자면 트럼프 대통령이 연준에 과도하게 압박을 가하는 경우 정도일 텐데 이 역시 단기적 변동에 그칠 가능성이 높고 시장은 빠르게 회복할 것이라고 보고 있습니다. 그는 이번 사이클이 2026년 2분기까지 이어질 가능성이 크다고 분석하는데요. 장기간의 고금리 기조가 경기 사이클 자체를 늘려놓았기 때문입니다. 실제로 인플레이션은 약 1.75% 수준에 머물러 있음에도 금리는 여전히 4~5%의 위치에 있어 비합리적이라는 점을 지적하며 최소 200bp 수준의 금리 인하는 불가피하다고 강조합니다. 이번 사이클은 과거처럼 단순히 비트코인 4년 주기에 국한되지 않고 글로벌 경기 사이클과 점점 더 밀접하게 연결되고 있다고 설명합니다. 그는 금리 인하가 본격화되고 경제의 선순환 구조가 가동되면 향후 글로벌 유동성은 지금보다 훨씬 더 크게 확대될 것이라고 전망합니다. 결국 그는 단기적인 이슈보다 매크로 환경이 만들어내는 구조적 상승에 주목해야 한다고 강조하며 앞으로 전개될 알트코인 시장 역시 이에 따른 수혜를 볼 수 있다는 긍정적 관점을 유지하고 있는 것으로 생각됩니다. 오늘 영상 도움이 되셨다면 구독, 좋아요 부탁드립니다. 감사합니다.